Hey everybody, Fast Eddie from Contractors Training Institute and Lead Renovator Training. Back at you today. I wanted to go over some of our series that we're talking about. Did you know? Did you know that OSHA requires you to do air monitoring? Do you know what air monitoring is? Air monitoring is testing the air that your workers are breathing for particulates that they might be harmed with. One of them is lead. Lead is a biggie. You need to air monitor at least every year to show what you're doing through negative exposure assessments, and I'll show you a little trick for that. You also need to change it up. If you go too far past your air levels and you get into an action level for lead or the PEL, which is our permissible exposure limit for lead, now everything changes. You need to make sure we're working safe so that we're protecting our guys. Because if you think OSHA is a small town in Wisconsin, you've got a lot of trouble. What you need to understand is air monitoring. It's testing what the guys are breathing. We need to know what they're breathing to protect them. This in turn, by working safe, working lead safe, is protecting our residents. The customer, use this not only as an OSHA compliance, but utilize this as a tool to market your company that you're the best contractor, because you know how to protect your guys, which means it's protecting the homeowner. Use this. Negative exposure assessments are something that I've air monitored today for, using the same work practices, supplies, tools, and trained persons to do the work. I can call that my same air monitoring for next week and 6 months or 10 months down the road. It is available, so long as that lead is at or less the same number as before. There's a site, OSHAAirmonitoring.com. OSHAAirmonitoring.com tracks air monitoring of lead and non-friable asbestos. You can pull it up. OSHAAirmonitoring.com gives you everything. Also, printable documents for OSHA regulations. Little flyers to show you the air numbers and what compliance is for OSHA for the guys. If you pull it up and you have lead on the job, you can pull up the next tab and it'll show you what type of service is getting done. What work am I doing? Am I just cleaning up a site that has too much lead? Am I scraping? Am I sanding? Or am I doing windows? Everybody does a lot of windows. Windows are one of the biggest kickers of lead. They just sit there and scrape it off. There's tons of lead dust and they remove that lead from the paint. If you're going to do windows, there's different types of windows that has been air monitored before, and boom, there's your air monitoring. You can pull all this stuff up on the job and be compliant. Engineering controls. Engineering controls is just a fancy way to say I have the tools, equipment, and supplies to do the work correctly. Engineering controls are your HEPA vac, it's your squirt bottle, it's your tack mats, it's your plastic, your tape, your spray glue, it's the new window. Work practices, safe work practices, utilizing those. You use the HEPA vacuum to pre-clean the work area. You put plastic down, you tape it, secure it in place. You'll make sure that you work wet. You HEPA vac and wash everything up when you're done, and that's safe work. Then you make sure you have the proper training and experienced employees to do it. They have done this type of work before. They have the proper training. The minimum is the EPA certified renovator with a 2-hour OSHA lead awareness. You could jump up and become lead abatement. That's even more training. The more training you've got, the better you look to your customer. Know what you're doing. Know what you're working safe with. Whatever it is, window siding, interior work, please work safe. Please know what your air monitoring is. It's not just the air. OSHA cares that nothing happens to your workers. You want to work safe. You want to work clean. You need to protect yourself and the homeowner at the same time. OSHA's just not lead. It's just not the dust. They also worry about having someone competent on the job, and I hope you are them. Make sure that you have hygiene. You're washing your hands and face to work clean. You're also, good housekeeping is keeping the job clean. Do you have the right training? Do you have the right trained people? If you need to get trained, it does make a difference. Contractors Training Institute and Lead Renovator Training, we can help you get certified. We appreciate it, and we'll be back with more of these Did You Know? Thanks.